Hey Facebook friends, it's Kristen. I'm coming to you live from Punta Cana, and tomorrow I'll go live and show you some of the resort and some of the things we're up to today for Chicky and Glenn's wedding. But I just wanted to stop in because I didn't have a chance to get on today with all the traveling, and I wanted to have a little quick talk about type A personality again and chat with you about why there are so many type A people that are medical professionals. I'm a medical professional. I find it easier to be one as a type A. There's a couple of reasons why you find a lot of type A's doing medical professions. So I've actually noticed a lot of the people I work with are type A. And you know, the reason for that, hey Susan, hi Annie. The reason for that is we tend to be on time, detail-oriented, extroverted, and we do tend to choose jobs that are a little bit high stress, high strung. Our downfalls are, though, that we can be critical and competitive with ourselves and with others. But you know, the schooling and the licensing to become a nurse and a medical professional, not just a nurse, but a pharmacist or a physician, PA, NP, nutritionist, anything like that, all medical professionals, it's really detailed and very specific. And the type A personalities do tend to possess the drive and the will to succeed in completing these programs. We do set goals for ourselves, and we tend not to stop until we complete those goals. And so that's one of the reasons why we are so successful. We're known for being timely, and so, you know, when it comes down to waking up for clinicals, which we have to get up for really early when we're in school, we have clinical rotations, and in nursing school, a lot of us pulled many all-nighters. And, you know, it's really not even given a second thought for us. You know, we do it because we have to do it, and because we want to succeed, we want to get A's. Failing the class or missing a clinical really isn't part of our vocabulary. And it brings me back to remembering in nursing school, I had an instructor who used to send us home if we showed up for clinical 5 minutes late. She would send us home. That was it, and mark us absent for the day. Or if we showed up without our materials that we needed, she would also send us home. I used to think she was so mean, but now that I'm in the profession, I love her because she really prepared me for what it's like to really be a nurse, that we just have to come super prepared. And, you know, being a type A, that helps as well. Now, the other thing is that once we put in all the work and we actually graduate with our degrees, we have to obtain a state license, and now we have to maintain that license, including continuing educations and certification tests. And we also have to maintain things like BLS, which is basic life support. Some of us have to do PALS or NRP. These are specific courses designed to help us code our patients and who we're working with. And they have to be re-upped, and we have to continue doing those and relearning them over and over again. I hold licenses in 3 different states, so I have to keep those up. I'm certified, so I have to make sure that keeps up. I have to do all my CEUs, PALS, NRP. I mean, the amount of things that I have to keep track of as a nurse is just enormous. It's really difficult to make sure nothing expires. And so part of our personality as nurses is that we're very, very organized. I keep a system, a calendar system, to remind me when things are going to expire. And, you know, a lot of people aren't able to be that organized. Things will expire, they lose their licenses, and, you know, that's it. So it's very difficult. There's a lot on our plate when you're a medical professional, to keep a lot of balls in the air, to keep going and making sure that everything is perfect, that we don't forget something. So, you know, that's basically one of the other reasons why there's a lot of type A personalities in the medical field, because there's just so much that we have to think about and organize and remember. Okay, and so then you move to our daily work lives. Once we get a job, there's a high level of responsibility, which can include running codes on patients, and in my case, newborns. And we do daily exams, diagnostic tests, and things like that. There's really no room for error. We have to be really careful, pay a lot of attention to detail, especially when we're writing medication orders and things like that, especially for babies, but for all patients. And, you know, our type A personalities can set us up to really be detail-oriented and to make sure that we don't miss important things. Of course, you know, we make excellent providers, but we also have flaws, and we don't like to appear incompetent, and so it's hard for us to ask people for help and to ask questions. And so it's something we need to recognize in ourselves, that we make sure that when we don't know something, we don't pretend or that we feel comfortable asking people for help and asking them questions. The other thing is that the high level of stress in our daily lives can lead us to higher risk for hypertension and cardiovascular disease. So it's really important, that we find healthy outlets for that stress in the form of hobbies. I like to do yoga. I love to hike. I love to bike, although I don't have much time to do that anymore. But I do like to quilt and knit. There's so many things. A lot of us pick up many, many hobbies to keep us busy when we're not at work and to help our minds kind of power down a little bit to, when we're not around the stress of our jobs. But it's really important that we do that and get regular checkups and preventative care so that we prevent any type of heart attack or stroke, or that we recognize signs early on. So I just doing this to sign out because I have a lot of medical professionals who follow me, and many of us might not even realize that we're type A and some of the risks that might predispose us to. And so it's really important for us to recognize, some of the pluses of our personality, but also some of the possible flaws. Many of us, we have really stressful jobs and we just chalk that up to being the job, but really stress isn't good on our bodies. And so it's really important for us to listen to our bodies, get regular checkups, and, find healthy outlets for our stress so that we can stay healthy. So thank you to everyone who tuned in live for me today. I appreciate it. And I will see you all soon, probably tomorrow on the beach. Bye.